passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you, the God in you. Whether you're black or white or gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning, Claremont Center for Spiritual Living. Let's do that. Oh, that's a great idea. All about building community. That's what we're talking about today. Well, I'm Reverend Tracy and delighted to have you here and to welcome you into this circle of love and fellowship and support and all good things. Fun. We add fun to that. We're a little loud up here, guys. I could do my operatic rendition of... No, let's not. A little reverb. Anyway, thank you all for coming, and I'm glad to have you here, and I want to acknowledge our friends that are watching online. Everybody wave. Thank you very much. Happy to have all of you together, because, you know, truth is we are better together. Have you noticed that? We're better together, which is, again, what we're talking about today. So that I don't do my whole talk before we get started, let's stand up and sing Spirit is in this house. I know, right? Right? We got all the wheeze and the arms wide open and all that good stuff. We're right here. Oh, okay. So now that we've got a little energy breathing and singing together, let's take all that energy and pull it inside so that we might anchor in that joy. I invite you to take a moment, close your eyes, take a breath, let the sound of the bowl take you within. For it is here within the space of the heart that our true essence, the energy of all that we are, resides. And it is in this energy of life, of love, that we remember you and I and Spirit are all one.
Within that spirit of joy, peace, infinite love, that we are all anchored. That one life, that one love, that one power. I know and accept that each one here receives the spirit of oneness, of unity, of communal joy as we listen to Reverend Tracy's message this beautiful day. The joy and the camaraderie that infuses this building is within each one here. And I know that each one receives exactly that which is perfect for them to receive. And the increased radiance is shared with all those with each one comes into contact with throughout this day, this week, this life. Knowing it is so, and so it is. Good morning. My reading today, I have to say, there were a lot of places, things that I could have. There was a stack. Thank you. Thank you for appreciating it. This one is from the Science of Mind magazine, February 2017, and it's called Celebrating Unity. God and nature first made us what we are, and then out of our own created genius, we make ourselves into what we want to be. Marcus Garvey. And the Science of Mind, page 526 says, the unity of good is a revelation of the greatest importance, for it teaches us that we are one with the whole and one with each other. It's important to feel, sense, and know that though we are diverse in many ways and we are all in this together, no matter what the appearance may be, we are all unified. There's no getting around this. Whether living in Australia or Alaska, people breathe air. We all drink water. We all eat food. We all want to feel loved and be loved. This is what unifies us. Celebrating unity is seeing God in everyone and everything. Celebrating unity is knowing that all must work together for the highest good of life. Celebrating unity is like enjoying a piece of music, aware that there are many differing parts making up the one song. One of my favorite pieces of music is Beethoven's Violin Concerto in D major. What makes this piece so beautiful is how the many different instruments play their special parts. Without the French horn, the concerto would not be the same. It is all the parts coming together as one to produce a beauty that stirs the soul. Celebrating unity is also celebrating your own uniqueness. And we're here to work together as a unified whole to bring about the glory, the beauty, and the perfection of the divine. I celebrate my unique self. I celebrate my unification with all life. I am one with the all good of God.
Look at you, you unique selves. Well, one of my favorite pieces of music is a song by the Youngbloods called Let's Get Together. And, in the key of A major, especially. And I invite you, if you know it, you can sing along, but only if you can sing. Love is but the song we sing, and fear's the way we die. You can make the mountains ring or make the angels cry. Know the dove is on the wing, though you may not know why. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together. Time to love one another right now. Some may come and some may go, we will surely pass. When the one that left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together. Time to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together. Time to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together. Time to love one another right now. If you hear the song I sing, you will understand. Listen, you hold the key to love and fear, all in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both. It's there at your command. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together. It's time to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together. It's time to love one another right now. I said, come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together. Time to love one another right now, right now, right now.
Oh, fabulous. Thank you, Rick. That was just fabulous. Oops, there it goes. Okay. Oh, so let's light our candle. So this is the last weekend of Black History Month. And I was thinking this week, there's too many individuals to get them all into 1 month, especially if we're only talking about one person once a week. So today we're lighting our candle not only for the names that we know, Rosa Parks and Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Ruby Bridges and on and on and on, but we light the candle for those names which have been lost to history, those folks who were never recognized for the gifts that they gave because of the color of their skin, and for those that we continue to rediscover and uncover and talk about and expand our understanding of where we all come from. So to me, it is fitting to light this candle for everyone represented during Black History Month. Whether I know their name or not, I know the life we live, and for that I'm grateful. So I want to ask you first about your human-sized acts of kindness last week. We talked on Sunday about this idea that, we're all about kindness, and we know that it's our truth, and we also know that it's really easy to get overwhelmed by all of the things that need to be fixed in the world. So you were challenged to come up with some step, not calling it a small step because there are no small steps, but to just take a step somewhere, somehow, with someone that was kind. So I'm asking you for your reports. What did you do that was a kindness for someone or something else? Anybody? Shirley.
I just magically threw the phone Zelle. Magically threw my phone on Zelle somebody. You're special to me so that they can record one of the special songs.
So that was an opportunity to support a musician in recording a song. Would that perhaps be the song that we heard last week? Yes, yeah. Yes, magic, Zelle is magic, yes, money moves, it's a wonderful thing. Anybody else? Yes, Marley.
Well, I just want to be very grateful of it. Because for 3 days, he came to my house to help me to dry the water from a wet water bed that was a California king.
How many of you ever had a California King waterbed experience? Yes. Marley still had hers, yes.
I gave them to her for 3 days.
Because of
Yes.
surgery, the doctor said the water is too strong.
Yeah, too much movement.
I just have a beautiful, clean size.
A beautiful.
You know you have.
All right, yes, I have one too. So, Patrick, this is slept like a baby. This is good. So filling in that story a little, Marley's had surgery recently that she's recovering from, and somehow the doctor didn't think the waterbed was going to be enough support. Some of us figured that out a little sooner than you did, Mara, but okay. So the kindness was received from Patrick, coming over and muscling the waterbed and draining the water, which took days, and then getting that new mattress installed. So we are grateful for kindness received, too. Any other kindness stories? And she wasn't jealous at all. No, Shelley and Brad, they're good that way. Mickey.
I offered to have a birthday party for a friend who sort of has been on the back burner for a while. Mm-hmm. And so I got a couple of girlfriends to take her and bring her to my house and fix me lunch with the four of us tomorrow.
Oh, so hosting a birthday party, renewing a friendship. Love it. Anybody else? Yes, Ricky.
I made dinner for my family on Sunday night.
Make dinner. Nice. There are a few other people that would probably sign you up if you'd like to practice that particular kindness anywhere else. Yes. Anyone else have a kindness given or received last week? Yes, Sue.
I offered love and support and a hug to a girlfriend who was experiencing some
Offering support, a hug to someone experiencing domestic abuse. These are big things. Yes, Mickey.
I had an act of kindness given to me. Some dear friends who invited me for dinner last night I don't eat corned beef and cabbage.
Okay,
But this particular one is really one that I like.
okay.
So that was an act of kindness.
An act of kindness, giving Mickey corned beef and cabbage that she actually likes. Yes, this is good.
And it was a very fun night.
Very fun night.
night.
Needed that, yeah, yeah. So what we know about kindness is that it changes the energy of our lives, because you can feel it in the room, right? Yes, we sang and got all energized, and then we heard some fabulous music and sang some more. That also brings us together. But it's the actions that we take, right? It's not just what we think about it. It's not just the Sunday morning, hey, compassion is a spiritual value. It's the act of living from what we know to be true, what we find as valuable, what we know in our hearts we want to be. So, nice job. Keep it up. Keep it up, right? And it's kindness, remember we talked about it, those are the pathways of connection. And it's connection that gives us our strength. And so the title today is Together. This is the Sunday of our annual meeting, which is all about community and where we are and what we want to be as a community. And it's really about understanding the value of community. Now, this talk was a little easier to give a couple years ago when we were coming out of the pandemic. Because the minute we were all back in the room, we all went, oh, right, it's different when we're together. Now, that's not to say, those of you watching from home, that you're being left out. But there is an acknowledgement that the connection we have with each other, whether it's virtual or in person, is what allows us to move forward in life from a stronger place. From a stronger place. Trees are social creatures. Did you know that? They communicate with each other in cooperative ways, says forestry ecologist Suzanne Simard. They're linked by an underground network of fungi, mushroom-type things, that resembles the neural networks in our brains. In one study, a Douglas fir that had been injured by insects appeared to send chemical warning signals to a ponderosa pine, which then produced defense enzymes to protect itself. There are connections beyond what we can see or perceive. That doesn't make them any less real. And the more we are willing to be open to connections with people, with the planet, with those ideals that we hold dear in our hearts, then the stronger we are for it, and the better we are for each other. And what we know, like the song says, it's time. It's time. We have to bring the idea of loving each other into our consciousness so that our actions are informed. They take the form of that connection, that love, that kindness. So we're going to talk about this community today, this community we call Claremont Center for Spiritual Living. And I want to ask you, this is very much a participatory lesson today, what do you love best about this community? What do you personally love best about this community? Yes? Everybody. The people. Graham. Acceptance. Like-minded.
I think connection.
Connections. We feel connected here.
No judgment.
No judgment. Love.
Everyone here is open to living a better life.
Yes.
And focused on, with their minds open to accept greater things.
We're able to accept greater things, being open to what is more than, right? Anything else that you love about this community in particular? Strength. Second family, yes. This is family. Always a place to get a hug. Sally, you had something too?
Well, every time you ask somebody to do something, they're always willing to get involved.
Everybody's willing to get involved, to participate. That creates that sense of belonging, which is what I'm hearing all of these things are. We belong here. Susie.
People willing to see the best in you.
People willing to see the best in you and tell you about it. Yeah.
Good food.
Good food. Good music. There we go. Now we're talking.
All of the above.
All of the above. Susie, one more.
All the people that go above and beyond and carry everybody through, no matter what.
All the people that go above and beyond and carry everyone through no matter what. Right? It's that little no matter what thing that really makes this feel extra special. Now, I want to ask you to think about how are you better for having been here? Like, what's changed in your life for the better because you are part of this community? Everything. Maybe we can break that down a little. Susie, you have an example?
I think it refills me.
Refills you.
Because I give.
Yes.
And I need to be able to put it back in, so I have more to give.
So this is a place to refill and renew. How else are you better for having been a part of this community? You're more prosperous. Love to hear that. Checkbook looks a lot better than it did before she started coming here. I'm repeating for our friends in the back that wouldn't hear you necessarily.
I think I'm more enlightened and aware.
More enlightened and aware.
Also become more patient and smell the flowers.
More patient. Stop to smell the flowers.
Get to be around talented people like Jeff.
Get to be around talented people like Jeff. Oh, good. You made him blush. You win. And Janelle, and all of our artist friends, yes. Oh, and me, thank you. I wasn't fishing, but thank you. Susie.
It opens up the possibilities for even better.
Opening up the...
Rather than being pulled into the darkness, it opens to the possibilities.
So it helps you to be more open to the possibilities rather than getting weighed down by darkness. Anybody else? How are you better for being here? Yes, Sue.
A new connection to God.
A new connection to God.
Yeah.
Expansion of knowledge.
Expansion of knowledge. It's good. You learn something when you come here. I like that. Yes.
Beautiful future.
Seeing a beautiful future.
And to use that knowledge.
And how to use and using that knowledge, right? So that's my next question. How is this community better for you being here? What do you give to this community? What is that essence that you find an outlet for? Good energy. Okay, I like that.
Mutual love and support.
Mutual love and support. Faith.
Volunteering.
Volunteering.
Treatments like you manifest and there's many miracles.
Our practitioner, Diane, says the treatments she does produce miracles. They manifest. This is good. Graham.
When I was on the board, I helped to create this chapel.
Ah, when Graham was on the board, he helped to create this chapel, and we love this room. We love this room. Reiki healing, that is a gift for sure.
Counting money.
Counting money, yes. Part of that prosperity flow. We like that. One more back here.
Say all of our sound equipment and allowing people to be able to stay connected even when they cannot.
The gift of the skills that we have in that little room back there, Ed and Henry today, that allow people to stay connected when they can't physically be here. And that is truly a gift to the community.
I give Patrick that he can climb on the roof.
You volunteer your husband so that he can climb on it, and we're grateful for all both sides of that equation. So you see that we all are filled up in community in ways that we don't necessarily find elsewhere, but yet you are all members of all kinds of communities. Right? You have families, you have a circle of friends. Maybe you have an affinity group, you do Reiki, or you're a quilter, or you belong to a book club. There are communities outside of our communities that you also are part of. Is there some example that you can think of on the spot of how you are better for being in those communities? Susie's holding up a chorale flyer. So you are better for being in the chorale. Okay? I like that. Anybody else? Where are you also a part of, and how has that grown you?
I'm part of a community service organization, and that's when we come together and
So part of a service organization, a community service organization, and how it feels to come together in order to help people. So you had something else?
I expanded my connection with people.
Just expanding your general connection with people. Yes.
I have students that I teach science and mind in private.
Uh-huh.
So I have private.
Private students of science and mind. Thank you, David. Yeah? Yes, Susie?
I'm part of a group of retired teachers, and we meet once a month and look for ways that we can be more supportive for the teachers that are still in the front lines.
Retired teachers group that helps support on the teachers currently and looking to be of service. Mickey?
my singing group.
Yes.
We do a lot of entertaining senior centers where a lot of people go to get a lot of visitation.
Right.
And seeing the happiness and participation that they do with us when we do our music.
Yes, so bringing music, yes. Bringing music to senior centers and seeing what that brings to their community. Yes. So you see, we have these circles within circles, and of course they continue to expand. And one of the quotes I came across in looking for ideas on community is from Morrison-Reed, and he says, "The spiritual community is essential. For alone our vision is too narrow to see all that must be seen. Together, our vision widens and strength is renewed." And that's what we've been talking about, whether it is within the spiritual community itself or simply wherever else you are connected. Because one of the things about connection is that it enlarges our perspective. It allows us to see more of the world in a way that serves life, not to only be bombarded by the things that seem to undermine living a healthy life. Now think of the last time that someone stood next to you when you were going through something. And in your mind, say thank you. That's what community, that's what we do for each other. As we stand next to each other, we hold hands, we listen, we laugh, we cry, we're present. And in that moment, those connections are lit up like neon lights. And that's what life is living out loud, living brightly, living brightly. So the whole idea of community being the place we come from in order to discover and express our best selves, I found this analogy that just warmed my heart. It's from Thomas Friedman, who wrote a book called Thank You for Being Late. I do not know the book, but I think I need to read it. It's just fun. But here's what he says. He says, "The eye of a hurricane moves along with the storm. It draws energy from it while creating a sanctuary of stability inside it. It is both dynamic and stable, and so must we be. The closest analogy for the eye of a hurricane that I can think of is a healthy community. When people feel embedded in a community, they feel protected, respected, and connected." And isn't that what we do? We have this eye in the middle of the storm that we come to refill and refresh and renew, to learn, to broaden our perspective, to handle whatever the debris is that's swirling around in the storm from a place of love and connection and respect, so that we might be that in the world. And it draws its energy, the eye of the storm draws its energy from the storm. right? It's that master class in translation. How do I take what really pisses me off and turn it into energy that creates healing, right? How do I take someone else's wackadoodle view, in my opinion, of how the world works and use the energy that gets all stirred up in me to create a bridge of understanding and compassion and allows me to move through the world as my best self, not my 3-year-old, who is quite funny and smart and quick with the wit, but not necessarily compassionate, loving, and kind. Just saying. I'm sure I'm the only one. All right, so my next question is, do you personally feel energized by laughter? Yes. Oh, that was an easy one, right? Now, do you laugh more often when you're by yourself or when you're with other people? Some of you laugh when you're by yourselves, though, don't you? Yeah. So studies show that the heartbeats of individuals engaged in the same sensory experience can synchronize into a single rhythm, like people listening to music together, children gathered around a storyteller, people praying together, people holding each other or laughing together, and as Pat contributed, women rowing together. Your heartbeats can synchronize. We unify in perfect order. So community is our place that we come to for respite, for renewal. It's our way of moving through the storm from a position of strength. It's allowing us to move forward without getting all swept up. And when we do get all swept up in the swirl, there's a core of people standing there reaching out to snag us as we go by and bring us back. And so we nurture those connections. We participate in those communities. We choose to be present to those who would love and support us so that we in turn are more loving. Now, the thing is, everybody comes across a personal hurricane every once in a while, yes? So I'm going to share with you a story from Reverend Jeffrey Ryan. You may know him. He's out in Riverside. His community is one that focuses a lot on social justice and being active in the justice causes. And he and his husband were in Tractor Supply Company the other day. So I'm going to read you his story, and what I want you to do, because I know we all come from different backgrounds and different perspectives. We all know love, but we have different ways of getting there. I get that. These are his words and his experience. So take them as such and wait for the end, okay? So he says, we were in Tractor Supply Company the other day. We'd been talking about getting a bird feeder for a while now. And Eddie mentioned that his mom gets her bird seed at Tractor Supply. So there we were. Now, I know we don't exactly fit the typical Tractor Supply Company customer demographic. And if you've met Reverend Jeffrey, he's a big guy. He's tall, he's broad, a little soft around the edges. So's his husband. Okay, so it's not like they're invisible. Let's put it that way. Which I was even more clear about by looking around the parking lot. We were about to enter foreign and possibly hostile territory. Undeterred from our mission to acquire a bird feeder, I took a deep breath and steeled my spine. We can do this. The associates greeted us with genuine warmth. They helped us find the bird feeders, made recommendations, and approached us asking, finding everything okay? I'm here to help if you need it, as we checked out the rest of the store. We got our bird feeder and seed and swung by the section to visit and coo over the baby chicks they sell, only to be disappointed that there weren't any because of bird flu. And we made our way to the checkout. Woohoo, mission accomplished, and it was pleasant. Then a voice behind me. You guys planning on feeding the squirrels? I turned slowly. No, birds. Emblazoned on the man's forehead in big bold letters was Ultra MAGA. My stomach dropped. Endorphins flooded my system. I was simultaneously angry, disgusted, and afraid. I knew seeing such a person in the store was likely, and I'd prepared myself for it, but I still found myself caught like a deer in the headlights for a moment. I hadn't actually expected one to speak to me. But it says squirrel right there on top, he continued. That's because it's got a mechanism that prevents squirrels from eating the birdseed. Oh, I thought you was going to feed them, he laughed, because we had plenty of them at our place. I was going to offer to bring them over to yours. Jeffrey says, no, we're good. We've got enough of our own to keep our dogs busy. Yep, there sure are a lot of them. What kind of dogs you got? The conversation briefly moved to our dogs while the cashier rang us up and we left the store. So why am I telling you this? Because there in line at Tractor Supply, for albeit a brief moment, I had a connection with someone whose worldviews and values are diametrically opposed to my own. I saw his humanity, not just his hat, and the message it stands for. We connected over squirrels and dogs. We shared a smile and a bit of laughter. You see, in a country so polarized and divided, it's going to take finding even the simplest of connections with each other to begin to restore our integrity and move us forward as a nation. I am not naive to think that the fascist movement he so brazenly supports isn't dangerous or that these types of interactions will solve all of our country's problems. Far from it. But in that brief moment, labels didn't apply. We were just two guys talking about the squirrels in our yards and how much we love our dogs. In that brief moment, I was restored to my humanity, and in that, I found a flicker of hope. Those are lessons for all of us, yes? He assumed certain things based on what someone was wearing. Hello, people. We all do that, much to our detriment. Some things we've already learned not to do as a culture, as a tribe, so to speak, and some things we have not yet realized we are still doing. He stayed centered in himself. The man was responding to him in a friendly way, so he responded in kind because that's who he is. Society would tell us this is a moment that could have been high conflict, and instead it was a moment of connection. This is how we move through the storm. This is how we stay in that calm center, by being aware of, by seeking out, by showing up as an avenue of connection, as a place of light, as a point along the way that says, we have some things in common. Let's build on those. So I'm going to close with a Bob Marley quote. That's not on my page, but I remember it because, well, you'll see why. Trust the universe and respect your hair. And that's because laughter in community is energizing. Namaste. So, with full respect of my hair, let's take a moment in prayer, shall we? Knowing that right where we are, in this laughter, in this joy, in this sense of belonging, Spirit works. And know, too, that in the winds of the storms of the world, Spirit also works. And that Spirit is through and as our eyes, our hearts, our hands, and our feet. That we are the love essence of life in form. That all that we are is a gift to this human community that we belong to. And all that we receive is a gift of those around us. And so I speak my word for the continued discovery of what connects us. For staying open to those possibilities that the world offers, for staying connected to our own hearts that we might recognize the love of others. For truly, this is the way of life. This is the love we seek. This is the kindness that we both give and receive, and are the better for it. And so for this life that is love, I am grateful. Grateful in how it shows up in everyone, no matter what they're wearing. Grateful for the love that unifies us all where we cannot see it and yet it exists. Trusting in this life, in this consciousness of wholeness, I release my word into law. For I know that it continues to unfold in space and time, in time, on time, always and in all ways. And so it is. And if you will, repeat our affirmation after me, please. One love, one power. Many faces, one community. We are stronger together. And so it is. All right, Rick.
Well, what's our job here? I would say it's to see God in each other. And what's our other job? To be God for each other. Right? So that's what community is about to me. The human condition is that we tend to, the thing. So I'm going to do a song for you called My Own Little World. 1, 2, 3. In my own little world, it hardly ever rains. I never gone hungry, always felt safe. I got some money in my pocket, shoes on my feet. In my own little world, population, me. I try to stay awake during Sunday morning church. I throw a 20 in the plate, but I never give till it hurts. And I turn off the news when I don't like what I see. Yeah, it's easy to do when it's population me. What if there's a bigger picture? What if I'm missing out? What if there's a greater purpose I could be living right now? Outside my own little world. Ooh. Stopped at a red light, looked out of my window. Saw a sideboard sign said, help this homeless widow. And just above that sign was the face of a human. I thought to myself, God, what have I been doing? So I rolled down the window and I looked her in the eye. Oh, how many times have I just passed her by? I gave her some money and I drove on through. In my own little world, there's population too. Whoa! What if there's a bigger picture? What if I'm missing out? What if there's a greater purpose I could be living right now? Outside my own little world. Ooh, my own little world. Ooh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm gonna break my heart for what breaks yours. Give me open hands and open doors. Put your light in my eyes and let me see that my own little world is not about me. Whoa! What if there's a bigger picture? What if I'm missing out? What if there's a greater purpose that I could be living right now? Oh, I don't want to miss what matters. I want to be reaching out. Show me the greater purpose I can start living right now. Outside my own little world. Ooh. little world. Oh, yeah, my own little world. Ooh.
Woof. Maybe we should say thank you one more time for that. That was amazing. You're perfect for our service today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's have our ushers come forward, please. Oh, take that open heart that we've just spent 45 minutes opening up. And know that as we give, we are giving of ourselves and our time, talent, and treasure to those who would receive it, because those are truly the connections that we value. And we know that what we are and what we have is part of that overflowing bucket we talked about last week. It's not so much that any one thing makes it overflow, it's that everything adds to that overflow. So with that in mind, let's say together our prosperity affirmation. Through my love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now. All right. So let's talk about how many fabulous things are happening. A reminder, Wednesday night meditation on Zoom at 6:30 with practitioner Nisa. You heard her this morning. Great way to tune in and take a moment for yourself. I want to remind you that we have a class that just started. This is the last week to join. You can catch up the 1 week you might have missed, called The Power of Your Word. That is a practice of learning to speak what your heart desires in a way that actually draws it to you, because you have a sense of self that is large enough for that which is greater yet to be. So it's a very powerful class. It's on Tuesday nights. I started last week, but you can still join. It's taught by Reverend Mary. And if you need details or would like to sign up, let me know, and I'll make sure that she knows. She's not here today. All right, we also have an interest list in the back for a foundations level class. It looks like we're going to be meeting on a Sunday afternoon after service. We'll have to be a little bit creative because I usually have a board meeting at least one of those Sundays, which, oh darn, if I can't go one time. No, I didn't mean that. No, we'll work around it. We'll reschedule. It'll probably be either a 5 or a 6 week class. We'll jump over Easter so we don't run into the holiday. And this is what you want to do to get more familiar with the basic principles of science of mind at a deeper level than we talk about on Sundays. So understanding what they are, why we think that way, answering questions, doing a little personal exploration so that you can live these principles, not just talk about them and hear about them. So those of you that have been in class, you learn something in class every time you join, right? So yes, so if you'd like to know more, please sign up in the back. I have 4 names on there now. I'd like to have a couple more people join us. If you haven't had foundations, or even if you have and you just want to revisit for a short 5 or 6 week fun time on a Sunday afternoon, it'll be great. Let me know. Let's see, everything else we talk about every week, so I'm going to let that go. I want to make a point of mentioning Reverend David's workshop that was scheduled for next Sunday. We're going to move it out a few weeks because we have not been promoting it, and I want people to know about this great workshop. It's called Achieving Your Dreams. It's done on a love offering basis. It will be on March 30th, Sunday the 30th. I'll print up new flyers. And it's just a way to really walk out of the workshop with a little bit more of a plan for your life and a way to direct or set an intention that you will see fulfilled. So I encourage you to keep that date in mind, March 30th. It's a Sunday. It'll be after service on a love offering. Apparently we have another chorale performance coming up because Susie's got a red flyer. Come on up to the mic, Susie, so they can hear you. Because we wouldn't want to leave the people out that are at home. No, we'd want to have them do that too.
Okay, good morning.
Microphone. Yes, there, that's much better.
So this is another fantastic performance. It's by the Claremont Chorale, which I and Reverend Drack are both members of. Talk about community. And this is really, really special because it's going to be with the Claremont Youth Symphony Orchestra, 68 members deep. An artistic mastery collective dance ensemble that will also be part of it, and of course us. And we are all doing Mozart's Requiem, and that's going to be on March 22nd at 4 p.m. At the Claremont United Church of Christ, and that's on Harrison Avenue.
Okay.
And the tickets are $35, 20 for youth and seniors. Please, if you're interested in coming, you can get tickets online. It's going to be really well received because we have kids and parents come to kids. So we would like for you, if it's something that you really enjoy, please come because it's going to be a wonderful event. Thank you.
Thank you, Susie. All right. Oh, yeah, and then there's this other little thing happening today, right after service. So we have a potluck lunch next door in Holmes Hall. If you did not bring anything for food, don't worry, we will still feed you. We have never yet run out of food at a potluck. So come to the luncheon, stay for the annual meeting. Your board will be happy to talk to you about all the wonderful things, remind you of all the wonderful things we did and all the wonderful things we want to do, and to hear from you what you want to do, and generally talk and laugh and eat and celebrate and elect board members. So if you are a member here already, you may vote in the election. If you are not, you may please come anyway because there's still stuff about our community I know you want to know. And it sounds deadly dull, an annual business meeting. But you know, that's not who we are. So just come and learn a little bit about our community as a whole and enjoy some good food and some good company. All right, so that'll be right after service next door in the hall. For those of you online, there is a Zoom link to dial in. If you are dialing in remotely, that link is posted in our e-blast that went out yesterday and today, this morning. If you have trouble getting it, text one of our members here and they'll let me know and we'll text it back to you so you can join in that way. Okay? Anything else? Yes, Mickey?
I think we need to say happy birthday to somebody.
We do? Rick?
Would you please get up and help us?
Oh, because it must be Jeffrey's birthday. Oh. Yeah. All right. Wait.
I know Rick wants to help. He's such a helper.
He's such a helper, yeah. And he's so good at giving Jeff a hard time.
That's appropriate.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jack. Happy birthday to you.
Awesome. Oh, there we go. All right, my friends, that's a good lineup. Yeah, all right, so let's stand, move to the sides, and sing, and then we'll move next door. Oh, sorry, Nisa gave us our flowers today. Thank you, Nisa.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say God loves you and I love you too. Now I feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together.